Hello everyone, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is my weekly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's from the 4th of March until the 10th of March 2019. And I would like to say before I go any further that this week is going to be really important. It's going to be ridiculously significant when it comes to our personal development. This is a very powerful week that we are about to enter indeed. When I say very powerful week, this is the week that is going to bring us a very special energy, which is on another hand going to give us a wonderful power, a wonderful sense of achievement that we are actually going to have throughout this week. But on another hand, this is going to reflect on every single one of us rather beautifully, because for once it's going to give us lots of energy. For 2, it's going to give us lots of power. For 3, we are going to feel rejuvenated. And number 4, this is all about personal unfoldment. And what is actually going to happen on top of that, on top of all this that I said, we are going to be presented with a literally life-changing opportunity. And life-changing opportunity that we are going to be presented this week is going to be different for every single one of us, for every single sign of the zodiac. But it's very interesting because this wonderful, powerful and very significant combination of energies that we are actually going to go through from the 4th until the 10th of March, it's going to be literally life-changing. This is an absolutely brilliant week to just keep going and keep doing and keep focusing, especially to towards those areas of our lives where we just didn't see any improvement, or those areas in our lives that we didn't see any improvement, but we just want to make it. This week is going to bring us an amazing opportunity indeed, and it is going to be life-changing. And I'm going to start with the horoscope sign of Aries. Now Aries, my sweetness, is basically, this is going to be very powerful week and very interesting week when it comes to you and when it comes to your relationships. You are going to be focusing on relationships quite a lot. It is almost going to be your time of awakening when you realize that you're gonna have to work on a certain relationships, or you will want to reconnect with the people that means to you a lot, to reconnect with the people that you haven't seen in a really long time. And this is going to be absolutely brilliant time for you to do, because there is one person in particular that is meant to be the part of your spiritual journey that you love so much, that you don't talk as much as you would want to, you don't see them as much as you want to see them. That particular person is going to slowly come back into your life. But this is very good for you. This is very good for your optimism. This is very good for your week, and this is just going to reflect on you beautifully. But it's not only about that. It is a very special message that you're gonna get through this person, and it's the type of message that you can only get through people who know you really well, people who really know you, from the people who really care about you and things like that, because there is some really wonderful realization going to happen here, and that realization is going to be really good for you. And also it is all about you feeling really good. It is all about you feeling really great. And let me tell you something else, my little babies. You are going to have a reason to feel absolutely overwhelmed by the end of this week, because there is going to be the situation that is going to happen, and it's just going to make you feel really happy. And this is going to happen right at the beginning of this week, and it's just going to kind of keep you going. It's going to be your own beautiful spiritual petrol that you are going to have. You are going to face something really unusual, like a really bizarre person that you're going to have to kind of deal with, somebody from the past, somebody that left a little bit of bitter in your mouth previously. So there is going to be the situation where you're going to kind of have to kind of deal with. You're going to need to make a certain decision. And you're not going to like it that much, but you know what, my babies, it's just time to move on. And this is all going to be about you moving on, you realizing certain things about your life, so you realizing certain things about your future, and this is just going to be the really amazing starting point indeed. And also, it is a wonderful influence that you are going to have this week. It is going to be the right influence that you are going to have this week. And this is just going to awake you really beautifully. And also, you're just going to realize that you're going to have to work on a certain management, and you're going to have to readjust certain things. But just keep going, because you're almost there. This is absolutely brilliant. And let me tell you something else as well. It is just all about, patience. This is what you need to remember this week, my babies, about the patience, but most certainly you're on the right track, most certainly you're on the right journey. Let me tell you one more thing. It's also, you are going to have a really good news. And now this good news that you're going to have is just going to be, it's going to be absolutely extraordinary for you, and it's going to be extraordinary for your personal development, because it's something that is just going to surprise you a little bit, but it's going to be really great, but it's going to be really good, and it's going to put a bit really massive, huge smile on your face. But it's a lot to do this coming as a good news, the realization about your personal achievement, about what you have been focusing on so far, and about like a certain gain. So you're actually going to find yourself in a better situation, in a better position than you actually thought so far, and that in itself is just going to be absolutely brilliant, and most certainly it is going to be the new starting point. Okay, when it comes to the actual health, my beautiful Aries, you're going to need to watch your eyes. Your eyes are going to be quite sensitive area. Your eyes are going to be quite sensitive indeed. So I would like to suggest you, if you have like a sensitive eyes, of course, it's to do a lot with the beta carotene. Beta carotene, which you find a lot in carrots, of course. But I would highly suggest to actually try to get a beta carotene from the sea vegetables, like alfalfa, or like, for example, blue-green algae as well contains a certain amount of beta carotene as well. So if you can like try to stick to like a certain vegetables, a certain goodness like what that comes out of the sea, but it also contains a beta carotene, it's absolutely brilliant, and I think that you're going to benefit from it. And if you go for it, try to go for the tablets that are absolutely, for example, just blue-green algae without any like added unnecessary ingredients. You know, I'm always against unnecessary ingredients indeed. I always try to get like for myself like tablets and things like that, natural nutrition that is just without any ingredients, it's just that particular ingredient. So this is what I would highly suggest you to take, something like a blue-green algae, which contains a beta carotene, which will help you with your eyes, but it will help you with so many other things. It's a wonderful supplement to take for many other things indeed. Okay, if you are on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you need to check with your doctor or GP. Only they can actually tell you whether this is going to interact with your existing medications, my sweetnesses, or not. On another hand, what else I was going to say, for those of you that are in relationship, it's like, ooh la la, it is a very important moment that your partner is going to be going through, and this very important moment is going to rub off on both of you in a really nice way, energetically and wonderfully, because there is a very powerful situation going to happen when it comes to your partner indeed, some kind of accomplishment that is going to be so brilliant. And on another hand, this is just going to give you so much more confidence with a certain problem and a certain point that you both needed it, you both wanted to work, but you're just waiting for this certain situation to unfold. Now this is the moment of unfoldment. Ooh, when it comes to those of you that are single and ready to mingy, it's like, ooh la la, you're gonna have a couple of people, a couple of choices that are just going to be like, hello, my darling. You know, you're gonna have a couple of choices, couple of people that are going to be rather interesting this week. Okay, one of them is going to be a bit more special than the other one, but they like kind of both of them are going to have a little bit of a learning experience for you. Both of them have got like a very important part of like their own spiritual journey that is very much so reflecting yours, and one of them in particular is just going to be playing a very, very important role later on. For now, at the moment, it's going to be like a little bit of Vavoom flirting, but this is going to be absolutely brilliant because you're about to rediscover something very interesting about yourself. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be Taurus, my babies. It's all about healing and it's all about forgiveness. I wonder, who are you so angry about? Okay, who are you so angry with? Who made you angry? Who did you think that it was just like a very uncomfortable situation, like some time ago, some while back with somebody, and that uncomfortable situation resolved in you like stepping away from the situation and just think, oh, I just can't be bothered anymore. But there is still something unresolved that happened with that particular situation. So it's all about you realizing this. It's all about you rediscovering and discovering yourself to do certain healing. It's about forgiving and it's about forgetting and it's about receiving the certain healing with it. But this is really good because on another hand, what else I was going to say, that you are also going to have a very interesting news this week as well. You're also going to have a very interesting news this week, but that particular news that you are going to have, it's going to come from the certain family member, and that particular family member you really like, you really love, and you're really going to kind of start becoming very, very excited about a certain stage of your life, because on one hand there's a wonderful confidence going to come through this situation, there's a wonderful optimism going to come through, and a certain confidence that you needed, you know, and it's just kind of like a certain idea that is going to be born at the same time from the right person, from the right family member, indeed. And what else I was going to say, there's going to be some kind of idea that you started to think about that not that long ago, about 7 or 8 months ago. There was a certain idea that you were thinking about. Now that idea is going to start coming into an effect slowly in such a way when you're just going to be able to connect to the certain bits and pieces about it. There's more going to be revealed as the time goes by, and it's of course all going to make sense. And you have to remember, my babies, you have to remember, you need to 100% Taurus is, you need to follow your intuition. It is going to be like a little bit bizarre situation, a little bit strange situation that is just going to happen this week, and that strange situation is going to make you realize that that strange situation is going to make you realize that there are certain things that are going to change soon. Not bad things, not the negative things, but then maybe they will just start changing like a slightly sooner than what you would have expected originally, and that is just going to throw you off your balance a little bit, but it's going to be absolutely brilliant, because you just have to remember, as I said, to follow your own intuition, because your intuition is just going to have an amazing impact on you to such a way where you're actually going to find yourself being very stable. And also there is a big, almost like a big huge wish, one of the biggest wishes that you had so far, Taurus, is one of the big wishes that you had so far. And when I say one of the biggest wishes, it's like one of those areas of your life where you were like kind of like focusing on and hoping and praying and this and that, you know, you were just kind of focusing. Now this is coming through, and this is going to be really big, and this is going to be really good, and this is, believe me or not, going to have a direct impact on your material attainment, and something is going to become very available to you here. Indeed, a certain vision that you are going to have, a mini vision about your future, but that wouldn't happen before because the financial situation on the certain personal security wouldn't allow you. No, this is just going to start changing now, and this is really good, because most certainly you're going to find yourself in a really good way, in a really good situation, above those things and above those problems that you thought that they were bringing you down. You're going to be like, bye darling, you know, it's absolutely brilliant. So this is a very, very good week for the Tauruses indeed, because this is going to be a wonderful unfoldment, and also it is in general going to be really good week. It is going to be really good feeling throughout the week, where the energy levels are going to be really wonderful, and you're kind of going to start like kind of you know, it's going to be your own time of awakening, your own time of reawakening, and you're going to find yourself being connected to so many ideas, and every single idea that you have, every single idea that just manifests around you, just go for it. That's your passion burning brightly within you, inside you, coming out. As the time goes by, you're going to be more and more optimistic, and you Tauruses, my babies, this is just the beginning. And also beautiful radiance you are going to have this week, and that beautiful radiance that you are going to have this week is just going to make you feel really good about yourself, because other people are going to be able to notice, feel it, and you're just going to like it. Okay. Also, what else I was going to say, when it comes to the actual health, you see, when it comes to the health, like energy levels, it's like, ooh la la, it's going to be really great. You're going to be doing a lot. You're going to be like all around the place. You're going to be full of ideas. Optimism is going to be just absolutely brilliant. But you need to watch cholesterol levels, okay? You need to watch cholesterol levels. It's very, very important to do this week, and try to eat as healthy as possible, okay? And also try to eat lots of garlic. I know it doesn't smell, I know it does smell, you know, it's got a strong smell, you know, and things like that, but it's actually really good when it comes to your heart, and it's really good when it comes to your cholesterol levels and things like that. Please try to drink garlic. Ew. But yeah, I suppose you could though, yeah, garlic oil you have, but it's just if you can eat like a natural garlic would be fantastic, or one clove per day, or maybe like a little bit of like in a salad, you know. It's just, it does have a strong smell, but at the end of the day, it's really healthy, and it's going to do you the world of good indeed. Okay, so what else I was going to say, that there is going to be the little situation where somebody's just going to show a little bit of emotional immaturity when it comes to you and when it comes to the certain response to something. But just remember, just ignore it, ignore it, ignore it. Just go above it. Just ignore this person and do not give them your energy. Do not go low. You see, just step away from the situation. Try to think what I said and try to like be very, very open-minded indeed. When it comes to those of you that are actually in relationships, you see your partner, you just needs to know that they will be going to the situation where they're going to ask them to like kind of try to decide something, try to do something. But I would just like try to this week avoid making really big decisions. But this is not you two together, but this is your partner by themselves, because there is a little bit of difficulties when it comes to actually launching new things, new ideas, new products, blah blah blah, all these things, like anything to do with the brand new, anything to do with the start. Like this week, try to say to your partner to avoid it and try to do the week after. Okay, and when it comes to those of you that are actually single and ready to mingle, it is just going to be like somebody who is just going to kind of make you feel a little bit special this week, but it is not going to be the right person, and there is just also going to be something negative that you're actually going to realize through somebody whom you like. Somebody, nothing too serious, nothing too important, it's just you like fancying someone, a little bit liking them physically, but then there is something from inside, something within them that it's just not going to really match up with you. But that is also going to be a really good starting point for you, because there is something going to happen there and you're going to move on from a square number 1 to square number 2. It's a very important moving on moment going to happen for those of you that are single this week. And to move on, you know, it's just as important as anything else. Okay, so now I've got an itchy nose. Okay, so now basically the third sign that I'm going to be talking about is, of course, you guys, Gemini. Now, Gemini, it's all about your own personal, like a vision. You're going to feel like super confident. Try to not to be too cocky this week. Cocky is good. Confident is good. No, I'm just joking. No, you're going to feel really confident this week. And this is so powerful when it comes to you, because you, Gemini, are very special when it comes to you feeling the right balance of energy. So what it happens, you feel the right balance of energy, you become really confident, and you are kind of have got this ability at the same time to like kind of juggle and work through issues and certain things that were kind of causing you to be like a little bit dizzy before, but now this is just a certain energy that is just going to bring you absolutely the right balance, and this energy is just going to bring you an amazing vision. This is why I'm saying, so when you feel like a super confident, when you are super confident, this at the same time brings you a new vision, and that new vision that you are going to have is just so much connected to the long process in your life, to something that you were doing for a long time, something that you know it's you, something that you know it's a part of you, something that you know it's like a big part of you, big part of your life, big part of your spiritual journey. You don't have to be like very famous or something like that, you know, to actually enjoy yourself or to do things, or like to enjoy your life, to discover yourself, to rediscover yourself. There's so many different elements to it. There's so many different levels to it. So I'm just talking about things that are making you happy, things that are making you feel excited, things that are making you feel alive, things that are keeping your eyes open, things that are making you feel really good, things that are giving you that Vavoom, things about your life that makes you who you are. So this is just all going to be so important, and it's all going to be like, oh my God, what should I do? No, this is good, because it is just kind of going to make you realize something really important. Certain important project is going to come to an end, but then the other project is going to start straight away out of it. There is going to be like a little change that you're going to go through, a little change that you're going to have, and that little change that you're going to have, it's purely going to come from your own moment this week. And you know what your moment is this week, my babies? You are going to have a very important moment indeed, because you're going to have your own Wheel of Fortune happening, and Wheel of Fortune, it's going to happen this week. It's going to be one of the days, and the way it's going to happen, it's going to be like it's going to be strange day, it's going to be strange morning, it's going to be very dragging day, like it's going to be like a day when you're going to kind of you will almost be able to kind of feel the energy being a little bit heavy, but it's like one of those days that when you really thought that it's going to be really good, and you really thought that you're going to be full of energy, you really thought that you're going to feel great, you know, and things like that, but then it was all like a little bit of tricky situation because the balance wasn't the way you thought that it's going to be. So now that day is the strange day that you are going to have is just going to also make you, this is how you're going to feel. It just feel a little bit strange. It feels like a slightly different dimension, and that particular feeling that you're going to have, it's only going to be the very important realization for you, a very important starting point for you, very important beginning for you when it comes to your own wheel of fortune. Because what's going to happen, a strange situation, you're going to come across something very unusual situation, and that is also going to be connected to the certain animal. That particular certain animal is just going to make you feel a little bit strange. It's going to make you feel a little bit different. And the particular animal is going to be the part of the situation, part of all this like a different dimension. But the most importantly, it is just all going to make sense to you. It is going to make sense to you how this animal made you feel, what was on your mind, and also shortly after that, not that long after that, there is just some very interesting situation going to follow and going to unfold. And that particular situation is just suddenly going to kind of make you kind of focus on a certain stage of your life that you didn't focus in a really long time. This is your past is calling, your past is calling, your past is calling to try to wake you up. Hey, you forgot about this, you forgot about this stage. Hey, time to shake this up, time to shake you up, and just focus on those things that make you happy. Focus on those things that make you excited. Focus on those things that make you ecstatic, because now this is all going to be enhanced, super enhanced. Whatever you do, whatever magic you try to project, whatever your energy you try to project, this is going to be absolutely brilliant for you, because as I said, an amazing problem is coming to an end. This is all coming to the bottom line is that an amazing, huge, massive problem is coming to an end. And the way the problem is also going to come to an end, the big issue is going to come to an end, the culmination, you know, not culmination, but it's just that, yes, I suppose the culmination and conclusion are going to happen. And this culmination and conclusion that are going to happen is just going to be like a step in the right direction. And this is going to be absolutely brilliant. Also, it's important to say that somebody who is very faithful to you and somebody who is very loyal to you is going to have a special message for you. Somebody who you really like, somebody who is very special, somebody who is very loyal, somebody who you think of very highly, is going to have a very special for you message for you. And that message is also going to be like kind of message, kind of news, in the form of a news. And this is going to be really good, because it's going to bring you a certain knowledge, and that certain knowledge is just going to kind of bring an illumination in those areas in your life where you were like kind of uncertain what to do. Okay, so now also an important journey. It's going to also play an important role this month, my beautiful Geminis. An important journey. You're going to have an important journey. It's going to play an important role. And also, when someone asks you, would you do it or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? Both answers would make sense, but my advice would be to go for it and say yes. Okay, you need to say yes, and that is just going to bring you so much more into your life. Okay, now when it comes to your actual health, you see it is a really great time, because it's just going to be, again, it is going to reflect on you when you're going to think that you're tired, but it is just going to be like a little bit tricky situation. It is not, and you're just going to love the fact that, oh God, you don't feel tired, or you don't feel like like the energy is dragging. It's just going to be like all around the place, the energy, but in a good way, because first of all, you're going to think, oh, I'm going to be like a little bit maybe like tired, but it's just not going to be that situation. It's not going to be that energy. It's going to be really great, and it is going to be a wonderful day, a wonderful week, sorry, because it is just the energy levels, the bottom line is that are actually going to be really good. So you are going to find yourself achieving quite a lot as well. But what I was going to say, that you are going to be very sensitive when it comes to like a cold flu, but especially when it comes to like your head, this is going to be very sensitive area. But I really strictly think that you are going to lack of antioxidants. Antioxidants are very important vitamins that we really need in our body. A, C, and E. It's a combination of A, C, and E, and this is what I think that you should get. This is something that you're going to be lacking on, indeed. And these vitamins A, C, and E, if you can take like as natural as possible. If you're on any other medications, please check with your doctor, check with your GP, or if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, you just check with your doctor can check with your GP, and only they can tell you whether you're going to be able to actually whether this A, C, and E vitamins and antioxidants are going to interact with your medication. So I'm thinking about this one more thing. There is going to be a situation where it's going to arise, and you have to remember this. Do not be stuck in the past. Don't be stuck in the past. This is really important for me to say. On another hand, for those of you that are actually in relationship, it's just like basically your partner is going to have a big moment. And that big moment is just going to kind of realize your partner that there is a certain change that they're going to be facing. They're going to feel a little bit strange. They're going to feel a little bit unbalanced. They will not. It's going to affect their balance to such a way where they will not be too sure what to do. So your partner is going to need a little bit of your energy, and also a little bit of your energy, a little bit of your balance. Surprise your partner, buy them something, do something different for them. They're going to benefit from it quite a lot, but also in a really good way. In a really good way, your partner is actually going to surprise you this week. Okay, your partner is going to surprise you. You're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe like they're so advanced when it comes to like their mind and their level and things like that. So this is going to be quite good actually. For those of you that are single, there is like a one particular person that I would like to stay away from. It is just going to give you all the signals of like, oh, this person is great, this person is amazing. But there is just something not going to be just right about that person. Just avoid them. Okay, so for those of you that are single, there is somebody who's just going to come, a little snake. It's going to come in the shape of like a beautiful little puppy, shall I say. I would just say you will still be able to feel it, to sense it, because you are super sensitive, Gemini, anyways, it is. So just stay away from that person, because this person is not good and this person is causing pain to other people. So just stay away from them. That's the best way to protect yourself indeed. Okay, the next sign I'm going to be talking about is going to be Cancerians. You're going to be worrying this week. You're going to be worrying like, oh no, I'm going to worry. Chill out, Cancerians, my babies. Chill out. Don't worry. Please don't worry. You're very deep. You're very spiritual. You're very sensitive. On one hand, you're super intellectual. On another hand, you're super sensitive. You know, so it's a really wonderful combination that allows you to dive really deep, allow you to think really deep, allow you to stretch your mind really far. So sometimes this is brilliant, but sometimes, you know, you can just be open up to these particular energies, and then, you know, it can kind of work against you. It depends what kind of people are around you. So there is no need to worry, my babies. You're going to be worrying about something when it comes to your own, like a worry loss, because you're going to realize, oh no, something didn't go the way you wanted it to go. Oh no. But you know, it's just like this is how your week is going to start, because you're just going to reflect on the certain situation that was in the past, and it's going to be, oh no, that didn't work. Do you know what? My goodness, this door to close are going to be very important. This door to close are going to be very significant for you and for your life and for your next really special unfoldment, because at the same time, there is a very important thing going to actually happen to you, and it's going to come just out of the blue. You're just going to start like kind of thinking about the certain learning process. This is going to make sense to you so much, because it's just all about you, new stage, new process, new dimension, new idea, new learning experience. But then again, at the end of the day, this is just going to be an amazing time, because it's just going to be literally life-changing, and you will start getting your life back on track. I'm not saying that your life wasn't back on track, but there's certain things that you weren't too happy about, and certain things that you weren't too happy about. It was all about the timing. Now the timing is going to be absolutely right, and this is all about you focusing. This is going to be your rebirth. This is going to be your new stage. This is going to be your next step, and it is just going to be really infectious and beautiful energy that you're going to be projecting. This is all going to stem from the fact that you're going to be like a focusing, deep concentration. And when that happens with you, when you're focusing on something, you're like on top of the world. So there is something very special about to happen, very special about to unfold, a very special new beginning, and that new beginning is just going to very much so be connected to your life, your new stage, and this is going to be literally mind-blowing. This is all about you, all about your success, all about your prosperity, all about you feeling really luxurious, and all about you kind of giving comfort to yourself, all about the rewards. This is a time of rewards indeed, and it's just going to wonderfully reflect on you, and it's wonderfully also going to reflect on people around you as well indeed. I think that's absolutely brilliant. Okay, absolutely brilliant week for you. What else I was going to say, there will be the situation where you're going to find yourself being the part of the situation where other people are going to be around you, and then you're just going to kind of feel a little bit confused this week. Just remember me. You're going to feel a little bit confused because it is going to a little bit of a tricky situation around you that is just going to confuse you a little bit, and it's just going to kind of make you realize that the other people are not in sync with you. Other people are not in sync with energies with you, and there's there's like a lack of teamwork caused by this energy. Just remember, go through these things, ignore these things. This is just like a little tricky situation that you're going to find yourself being part of, but trust me, just be beyond that. The whole new life is waiting for you. So this is just a little karmic situation that you have to remember, just that you will go through. Okay, what else I was going to say? You see, when it comes to the actual health, it is all about relaxation. Please take care of yourself, like go to the spa, or like go to do like you are absolutely going to benefit so much. This is going to be incredible, my beautiful Cancerians. You're gonna kind of like benefit so much from you like stepping away from the situation, taking care of yourself, like a spa, and like maybe head massages, like a feet massages, the whole body massage throughout the week. Take care of yourself, because it is just going to kind of help you with all that burst of energy that is just going to kind of be so good for you, and it's also going to help you to like feel so much better. On another hand, it is also that when it comes to those of you that are in a relationship, you see your partner is going to be going through a little bit of stress, your partner is going to be going through a little bit of anxiety, your partner is going to be going through like a little bit of like a negative feelings when it comes to this, because something didn't again develop like the way that your partner wanted to develop, and it seems like other people are also involved, and it seems like maybe your partner was not actually able to kind of it's not only up to them, it's just the whole big picture here. And it's just like a little bit of overburdened feeling. So try to like kind of like take care of your partner. Like also, if your partner will benefit completely from relaxation and head massages and things like that, because especially when it comes to stress and things like that, this is going to be something that is actually going to affect them, but it's going to last just for a week. So this is the best thing to do, like when it comes to your partner. Now, when it comes to those of you that are single, it is just going to be like a still realization. I'm afraid it's still important. This is all stepping one. This is all from stepping from one dimension to the other dimension. It's all about realization and letting those feelings, fears, and emotions go. So there is someone that it's still going to be the part of your mind, someone that is just going to pop back into your mind, like when it comes to like some particular person that you were emotionally connected to from the past. Now it's time to let that person go, okay? But then it's not only me saying this to you, but this is how you're gonna feel, and this is an impact that you are going to have out of this particular situation. It's very important to let that person go, because you must not like kind of focus on someone subconsciously, and then you don't allow anyone else to come into your life, or even if you do, then that person is kind of subconsciously so much reminding of someone who they shouldn't remind of. And these are the little things that you just have to kind of pay attention to. So just it's all about the realization to let that person go. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's actually going to be Leo. Now, Leo, my beautiful, beautiful Leos, it's all about a certain unfinished business. So which means that it's just like you are almost there, you are nearly there, and this is how exactly it's going to be. One step from a really important stage, one step from a massive important certain stage in your life, and this is going to be mind-blowing. This is going to be literally life-changing. I don't even know how to explain this. This is going to be crazy, and it's going to be good, and it's going to be brilliant. Leos, you also are in for changes. You are in for changes. You have been waiting for this for a long time. You have been focusing on this for a long time. It was just all about the timing as well, and unfoldment, and waiting for the right moment, waiting for the right time. Karmically, you have to work with certain things from the past. You still have to work a little bit longer on the current situation that you're working now, and this is why this is so important. I can't even stress enough how important this unfinished business actually is, because what's going to happen, the situation that arose 9 months ago, exactly now, this is going to come back, this is going to come through, which means karmically this is going to be an important to work on, and that in itself is just going to give you an amazing progress, and that in itself is just going to bring you the whole motivation indeed. But the whole motivation is going to come through this situation, because you're also going to realize there is something really big about to happen in your life. This is going to be huge, and this is going to be massive. This is also going to be connected to you making a really big decision, you making a really life-changing decision, and you know this. You're very, very deep within you, very, very deep inside. You just want changes so much, but the changes that you want, you can put in one, and that is very, very, very big change that you are focusing on. And this is a lot to do with the financial situation, with you, with what you do, where you live, and your next step. Now this is all going to come through. This is all going to start coming together, because it's all about your own destiny and fortune here as well on this particular week. Because by the time we get to this week, it is all about a big dream coming through. It is all about that particular realization, and it's all about you kind of having all this like energy that is going to come through it. But also at the same time, it is just certain safety. It's going to come through. Financial situation is going to help you, which is just going to make you feel much more safe and much more secure, which is on another hand going to be the new beginning indeed. You're going to feel ridiculously creative this week, and you will be focusing on your home. You will be focusing a lot on your garden. You will be focusing a lot on the flowers and things like that. You will be focusing a lot on your home and on the certain changes, but you will feel good, and you will feel like the time is right. And this week in particular, you're going to have your eyes wide open, and you indeed are going to like really benefit from this wonderful energy that we are going to have from the 4th until the 10th of March, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And you know what I was going to say? It is this week you are going to have your reward from your work, reward from what you were doing so far, and you will be able to take care of yourself. You will be able to relax a little bit. You will be able to kind of like also think about your own personal transformation. You will think about the personal transformation, but you're also going to realize that a certain abandonment of the particular stage of your life need to come to an end, because there's an adjustment that you're going to make. You need to make, and that adjustment that you need to make is just so much to do with your lifestyle, like couple of dietary changes that you're going to need to focus on. Okay. What else I was going to say is just like also let me tell you something, my babies. It's like an important idea that you're going to make when it comes to your home as well. It's going to be really important to say that it needs to come from you. Okay, so when you feel like a little bit uncertain, don't go around to ask for like advice or something like that. It needs to come from you. You're the illuminated one here, my darling. Okay, and also there is going to be somebody who's going to try to manipulate you this week. Okay, there is going to be somebody who's going to try to manipulate you this week, and you will know who this little snake is. Little snake, because on one hand the energy is going to be in such a way where they feel like really really nice, like really interesting person, blah blah blah, but you just know that there is something very negative around them. There is something very negative attached to them, and you just know that there is something not quite right, and you know that this person hasn't been right for a while, and you know that the energy is like a little bit negative. So but at that moment they will kind of have a certain energy around them which is going to affect the balance, and they will nearly try to get you for something, but then you're just going to remember me that particular person is not who they are. They will try to manipulate you a little bit, so just to remember this, okay? Stay away from manipulators, okay? And also, when it comes to health, this is good. When it comes to health, it's fantastic, because optimism, you're going to feel very optimistic, you're going to be able to achieve a lot, you're going to be able to do a lot, but let me tell you one thing, my babies, it is all about you working with the energies. It is all about you working with the sync of energies, which is going to give you power and which is going to rejuvenate you. Now, what you need to do, find a little bit of place in the forest, find a little bit of place in the park, find a little bit of space, like somewhere like in the forest, in the park, somewhere outside, somewhere in nature. Very important indeed. And I need you to do the grounding by touching the ground. You need to do the grounding by touching the ground with your hands like this, and just relax a little bit. What I say every time, lots of signs almost every week need a little bit of grounding. It all depends, but especially when it comes to you, please try to ground yourself. Put your hands down on the ground, and also basically just close your eyes, relax, for a few minutes. Imagine beautiful white light going all around you, all around you, all around you, all around you, going down one hand, going down second hand, and then every single finger, you just imagine like a tree roots going down, and at the same time, when you imagine like a tree roots going down into the actual ground, at the same time you rejuvenate yourself as well, really beautifully. So this is the type of grounding I need you to do. Okay, when it comes to those of you that are in relationship, you see, my babies, there is a transformation. Your partner is going through a very, very important transformation themselves. There is something very big about to happen in your partner's life, and that is going to reflect on both of you. Your partner is just going to have about to have a life-changing moment, but this is going to be a good life-changing moment, very significant indeed, okay? And it's going to reflect on both of you. And those of you that are single and ready to mingle, you see, there is a very business person, somebody going to be around you this week, and that business person is somebody who's very smart, very clever, very intelligent. They're very spiritual as well, but they're very much so lacking in balance a little bit, because they're more business, they're very business orientated. That person is going to really, really like you this week, and you're also going to like that person this week, and that person is also going to wake something very special within you that was sleeping for a long time. Okay, so now the next sign I'm going to be talking about, of course, is Virgo. Now, Virgo, I'm being excited for you, because this is just going to be the week when you're going to be all around the place again. But I'm saying this in the best possible way. It's the happiness that you're going to have back. It's the big smile that you're going to have back. It's that optimism that you're going to have back. And then at the same time, it is just going to awaken those parts of you that were sleeping for the last 36 months. For the last 36 months, you kind of didn't focus maybe completely on the big picture, on the whole picture, okay? And there were certain things and certain parts and certain elements of your life that you kind of, that were making you really, really happy, but you just had to deal with so much in order to kind of move on with the really big stages and important stages of your life. Then at the same time, you just kind of forget to look at the bigger picture, and it's almost impossible to step back that way from the picture in order to catch everything, if I can say like that. And that's why we just kind of like ignore certain parts of our lives in order to focus on new unfoldments. And this is all going to start making sense to you, and you're going to kind of start feeling attracted to the certain stage of your life that are making you feel good about yourself. You will want to think about balance a lot. You will want to reward yourself a lot. And this is exactly what you're going to be doing. You're going to be taking care of yourself a lot this week. You're going to be rewarding yourself a lot. And this is all going to come and stem down from you feeling good, but also practicality and security. It's all about success, my babies. You're so powerful. It's ridiculous. It's all about your own success, and it's all about a certain vision. It's all about your victory and mental clarity that is just going to kind of make even more assertive towards the being very, very mature. Why do I say very mature? Because you are going to make a really important decision you're going to make a really important decision this week, and this is just so good because it just requires from you making a really mature and wise decision. You will feel very wise this week. You will feel ridiculously wise this week, and that's what I'm saying. It's just so important also to try to apply for as many jobs as you can. If you're looking for a job, try to talk to your bosses or something like that. If you would like to do promotion, have a promotion, and just throw yourself in the water and go and swim. Don't only go swim, just go and dive as deep as you can, because you'll go as far as you can possibly go, and you'll come across things on the seafloor you've never seen before. And this is why I'm saying that this is so important, because it all depends what dimension we're at, what dimension we found ourselves at, and then what is actually going to be presented to us. So this is a good time. And also, my beautiful Virgos, it's just it's the realization that you are very, very dependable, you're very good, somebody's going to make you feel really good about yourself. But this is a very good point for you, because it is just exactly what you need in order to get like a certain confidence, in order to kind of like start thinking about a certain direction here. There's the whole new direction that is just going to become available here, and also it's just going to make you feel about a certain change that you want to make, certain edit that what you want to make. Indeed, very, very great time, very great week for the relationships, because there are a couple of relationships in particular that are gonna like become very significant this week, and couple of relationships that mean to you so much or kind of like make themselves known, and that for your heart and for you is just gonna be so good, because it's gonna put a big smile on your face, my beautiful, beautiful babies. What else I was going to say, there's a very special creativity that you're going to feel, optimism, and that in itself is just going to be all about the new beginning. This is all about the new beginning due to your gain as well. And there is also going to be the birth of something very, very new, very, very important here. The major starting point for Virgos this week is going to happen indeed. And also, it's not only about that, it's like about the actual doing something meaningful, feeling like it's completely meaningful, and then at the same time it is just going to give you a vavoom, open your eyes also, and it's just going to feel like an adventure. So there are going to be elements that you're not going to be too sure what to do, but you're just going to subconsciously know, just go for it, baby, just go for it. There is also someone going to try to manipulate you this week. Interesting, that's the second time about manipulation. Wow, Leo and Virgo, very interesting. There is someone going to try to manipulate you this week, so just be careful, but most of all, you're the one who is going to come on top. Indeed, because you're going to be one who is actually going to realize something very, very interesting out of that particular situation, and it's coming from something so negative like manipulation. Okay, now what else I was going to say to you that sorry, you are also, when it comes to the actual health, that's right, when it comes to the actual health, you're going to be like Aries, just a similar situation, a little bit of sensitive eyes that you're going to have. You're really going to need to, just like that, I'm going to recommend to you, so important. I know I've seen this before, either alfalfa or blue-green algae. These are like sea vegetables full of C vitamins and C minerals, and they're absolutely brilliant when it comes to beta-carotene. Beta-carotene is an essential when it comes to the actual eye health. Yes, you can get it from the carrots, organic carrots, of course, if you prefer, but I just think that it's just so much more comes like to the sea vegetables like this, because it's so good for us, for our overall health. So it's like a blue-green algae or alfalfa, and when you get this in a tablet form or powder form, just try to get it pure without any rubbish added at all. This is what I highly stress, no unnecessary ingredients, just this a pure product. This is something that you will benefit from, because it's going to bring you like a beta carotene. Also, what else I think is going to be really important, vitamin D. Make sure that you are spending some time in the sun if you can, okay, but if you can't spend the time in the sun, then just make sure that you are taking an additional vitamin D, okay, in a tablet form, also natural, without any unnecessary ingredients and things like that. If you are on any other medications, please try to check with your doctor or GP, or if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, because only your doctor and your GP are going to be able to tell you whether you can take this or not. When it comes to those of you that are in relationship, it's like, wow, It is a very, very important time because it's all about a certain perfection. It is all about a certain attainment, and it is all about a certain materialistic realization that your partner is going to have. And this is just going to be so good because, you know, it is just going to make your partner realize that the situation is changing, and this is going to be good. And very, very important unfoldment and realization that you are going to have through this, because spiritually, believe me or not, this is going to be an amazing for you. And maybe because you were worrying about something that you didn't even realize, you know, like subconsciously. So spirituality is just going to play an important role when it comes to that particular situation with you and your partner. And also when it comes to those of you that are actually single, it's like those of you that are single, there is going to be at around the time when you get a certain materialistic gain this week, the certain materialistic realization, and the certain materialistic realization that you're going to have is going to be most certainly good, and it's going to surprise you in a little bit of a good way, because it's going to be quite good for the finances. At the same time, there is someone going to make themselves known. At the same time, there is someone going to become available to you. At the same time, there's someone going to be around you, watching you. Nothing to do with your it sounds like with materialistic gain. No, nothing to do with materialistic gain or anything like that. They will not know what's happening in your life. But this is the around the time when somebody's going to come through, somebody's going to come forward, and that person is really, really going to like you. But you will not know who this is just yet. Okay, just watch this space, Virgos. Okay, so the next sign I'm going to be talking about, of course, it's going to be Libra. Okay, Libra, my babies, this is all about your victory. This week is your huge, massive victory, because especially with a certain stage of your life that caused you so many problems, that caused you so many negativities. This certain stage of your life that it was like for the last 12 months, 13 months was very, very significant, but you weren't able to move on. It was again all about the timing, all about the timing, all about the timing, and also the certain realization when it comes to the past, and also it was connected to the person that was like kind of maybe not emotionally mature or not emotionally ready to deal with a certain stage or to deal with a certain decision that you needed that particular person to kind of come through and half and a half and just like kind of make a certain decision according to the certain balance. So it is, the bottom line is, it is a very good week for you because it's all about the victory and mental clarity. A huge problem is coming to an end, and also that huge problem was like kind of that it was connected to the certain absence and the certain disappointment as well, and in the past, indeed. So now this is going to be wonderful for you because it's just going to bring you a great abundance, a beautiful energy, and it's just going to help you a lot. It is going to help you to kind of concentrate on the stage that is really important in your life, that you couldn't concentrate before, you couldn't evolve as such until this problem came to an end. Also, it is going to be really important time for those of you that are like waiting for some kind of professional news, and amazing news when it comes to your work, and amazing news when it comes to your career, and also an amazing news when it comes to your finances. This is going to be really important starting point here as well, because it's just all going to be about your own personal creation, and it's all going to be about your own personal beginning, and it's of course it's to do with the success, it's to do with you feeling really good, and it's to do with you like kind of going from one stage of your life to another. This is an important week like there is no tomorrow, because this is going to be your own, literally your own rebirth. Okay, literally your own rebirth you're gonna have this week, and it's very important also for you as well to have this connection and a reconnection with the nature. Please, I know it sounds weird, but it is just like it's so important to go out into the forest a little bit, just have a little reconnection with the nature, put your hand onto the tree and just let this energy go through, or even hug the tree. It's just absolutely brilliant for our soul, absolutely brilliant for our spirituality, absolutely brilliant for our spiritual journey. Okay, and also when it comes to the certain problem that was causing you like overburden feeling and stress, it's also coming to an end, but this is also connected to the certain family member or to the certain person that was you were kind of worrying about. A very important decision you are going to make this week, and that decision is going to be literally mind-blowing later on, and that decision that you make this week, my beautiful babies, it's going to become very important on the 15th of November 2019. 15th of November 2019, this situation is just going to unfold into something the most amazing, okay? The most amazing in your life. The most amazing part of the spiritual journey that you probably had so far, because this is going to be big, this is going to be huge, this is going to be massive, this is going to be life-changing. At the same time, you're just going to be creating things for people in your life, for people around you, for people who mean to you the most. Okay, so what else I was going to say? Okay, what else I was going to say? One more thing. There is going to be the person who's going to try to like test your stress a little bit, who's going to like try to stress you out a little bit this week, and it's just all going to be about their own negativity, and they will avoid certain responsibility. They will avoid certain responsibility. They will be fine. They will come to terms with themselves. You just have to give them a little bit of time, and you to deal with this situation. You just try to not to get too stressed, and this is why this is so connected to when it comes to your health, because your health is going to be like, you're going to be like really ecstatic, but you know, like really energetic, but on another hand, you know, you will be just as stressed. But no, not in a bad way, not in a bad way, but you will be very energetic, but on another hand, you will be just so sensitive when it comes to stress, just for this week, okay? This happens, that balance of energy. So that's why I'm saying that there's a certain person that is just going to try to avoid responsibility, and that certain person is going to try to stress you out a little bit. So I just kind of, when it comes to health, I just tell you here to just kind of stay away from people that are stressing you out, or try to not to give them that wrong vavoom, you know, by giving them what they want. So if someone tries to stress you out, or if someone is doing something that you don't want them to do, and someone is really unnecessarily stupid or nasty with you or something like that, just step away from the situation again, and just remember me, smell a little bit of lavender, you know, like or have a lavender essential oil or something like that, but just step away from the situation, and that's it really. What else I was going to say? A very important situation when it comes to renewation of the certain relationship. The certain person from the past is going to come forward, okay? And also when it comes to those of you that are actually when it comes to those of you, sorry, for the health, stay away from the people who are stressing you out, and also try to do grounding, try to hug the tree, try to have a little reconnection with the forest, because this is just going to bring you the world of good. I cannot even explain how important this is going to be for you to do this week, my beautiful Libras. Okay, so when it comes to those of you that are actually in relationship, it's just, my goodness, it is a beautiful and productive week that you are going to have. There is something very, very special going to happen in between you two this week, okay? And it's going to be good, it's going to be really beautiful, and it's going to be really, really nice, and it's going to give you the opportunity and choice to do something even more special. Okay, so when it comes to the actual, those of you that are single, it is just like basically when it comes to those of you that are single, what you need to do this week, you just need to focus and do things that you were focusing on in a really long time. This is not going to be the time to find somebody new. It is not going to be the time when you're going to like fall in love with the love of your life, but there is something even more going to more important going to happen. There is a very important obstacle that you're going to go through, and that obstacle that you're going to go through is just going to be so much with you trying to remember to keep your balance. That in itself is going to change something. That in itself is going to start something, and that in itself, believe me or not, is going to be having a direct connection with a person that is going to play an important role later on, one step at a time. Most certainly this week is going to be absolutely brilliant. Okay, so what else I was going to say is just basically now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, of course, it's going to be Scorpio. Now Scorpio, my babies, this is just like so important week for you. I don't even know what to say, because it is all about the justice. There is a justice. Somebody has done something to you not that long ago. It was a while back, but not that long ago. And what happened was that this actually left you feeling very negative. This left you with a little bit of your own bitter taste in your mouth, and this was left you unable to move on from the certain stage in your life, and therefore this had a direct karmic impact on you and your own spiritual journey. And what does that mean? It means that it was the situation that happened some time ago, and it's basically you're unable to kind of have your spiritual journey evolve on the next level, next stage, until this is sorted. This is so important. This is so important. Scorpio, listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully. Now, what is this? Hello, what is this? Yeah, so listen to me very carefully. I'm gonna say this only once. Oh God. Okay, anyway, so basically, never mind. So basically, yeah, Scorpio, my babies, you are having your fairness. This is the time of readjustment and the time of adjustment for you, and this is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. Your justice is coming. It's gonna be brilliant. It's gonna be good. It's gonna put a massive, huge smile on your face, which means that this is going to be the situation where some other people were meant to kind of decide something for you, and you were part of it, and it was all about the time waiting. It was all within the last 11 months were very, very essential and very important when it comes to this particular situation. Now, this fairness is also coming from the certain authoritative person, authority figure, authority people, and this is going to be absolutely brilliant, because most certainly this is going to bring you a whole new motivation. It's going to make you feel so good about yourself. It's going to bring you so much optimism, and also you will not even realize how much was this bothering you. There's sometimes, Scorpios, you're very, very strong, you're very powerful, you're thinking about so many things at the same time, and sometimes without realizing, you've got a massive problem, or you've got a really big negativity that became part of your spiritual journey, but it's preventing you to move on indeed, and you don't even realize this, because you're very, very deep, you're very complex, you're very powerful, you're able to focus on so many different things at the same time, but you don't realize sometimes how much it actually takes away from you. So this is going to be the moment with all this energy. There's going to be an amazing, wonderful, fantastic, bombastic energy shift that you're going to have, and that energy shift that you're going to have, it's going to help you to rediscover yourself, to discover yourself, and to live your life again. I'm not saying that you weren't living your life again, but I'm just saying that it was kind of preventing you to be completely, fully happy. So this is now the first time in a long time, my beautiful babies, that you're actually going to be able to feel your own happiness. You're going to be able to feel your own power. You're going to be able to feel your own achievement in a slightly different way, in such a beautiful way, where you're going to be able to have a very strong connection with what you feel, how you feel like, and what you want to do next. It's like beautiful flame within you, beautiful fire within you. It's going to start burning again, just as this beautiful candle. I always take this candle as an example, because it just represents like a burning flame within you. This is going to be the time of rebirth indeed, and this is going to be so good. And also a problem from the past that you needed to focus on is also going to become the part of the scenario. It's like almost also going to be like a little bit of unfinished business that you're going to have with somebody else, you see, and this is going to be connected to a certain relationship from the past, and this is also going to be significant, because this is also going to kind of help you to kind of move on with your own personal transformation. This week, my beautiful babies, it's all about your own personal transformation that is just going to be absolutely life-changing for you. You are going to be a little bit like disappointed with a certain person, the way they're going to have a certain reaction. It's going to make you feel like a little bit of bitter, because it's just like kind of make you realize, some people are really horrible, and that is going to be very interesting. Some people are very selfish, some people are really horrible, some people are really greedy, some people have so much money, little bastards, some people have so much money, and they just want more. What is going on? Too much money is not good. People should just be happy with having enough for themselves, and just as much as you have, help other people, people around you, just sometimes people just cross the certain line, and they're just greedy. They want more, and that's not really really good, that becoming something really bad, really demonic, and really negative, and really necessary. You see, people just go to a slightly different dimension, you see, when they just don't really see the value of the money anymore, and they forget how to enjoy their life. It's just completely different dimension. Ew, not good at all. So that's why I'm saying that this is going to be a really interesting realization that you're going to have, but also it's going to help you reconnect you with yourself, and also very spiritual, important experience that you are going to have. Important spiritual experience you're going to have in such a way where you're going to kind of have a little rediscovery about yourself, and you will want to dig into something and rediscover and discover even more. But very strong spiritually, you will feel like this week, very strong reconnection with the nature, with the things around you, with the crystals, with the herbs and things like that. It's going to be absolutely wonderful. Just go for it. Let me just tell you something else. Reconnection, very important reconnection with 3 people is going to play an important role this week. Very important reconnection with 3 people who means to you really, really a lot. And also, you will have a time to celebrate. You will want to celebrate something, because huge, massive problem, massive issue is coming to an end. And that issue that is actually coming to an end is just going to be life-changing for you. It's going to bring you wonderful conclusion, solace, healing, satisfactory result, fulfillment, a wonderful compromise. There is going to be the compromise that you're going to have, but this is going to be absolutely brilliant, because it's just going to bring you the whole new inspiration, my babies. Mwah. Okay? So now, what else I was going to say, when it comes to your actual health, you see, this is going to be the month, this is going to be the week when you will want to kind of focus on the actual health ailments that you had for a while, and the health ailments that you know that you need to do something about it, you know that you need to focus on them. These health ailments are going to become very significant. For example, if you had some tummy problems, digestive problems and things like that for a while, now this is going to be weak to do it. So things that you had for a while, but you didn't know, but you didn't do anything, you didn't focus on, you didn't do any action, do it. This week is going to be all about you realizing certain balance about yourself, you realizing certain health about yourself, you nutritionally thinking about what you need, and most importantly, you doing things and focusing on those areas in your life when it comes to your health, those ailments that you knew about, that have been there for a while, and now it's the right time to actually get on with them and just do them. So this is going to be so important when it comes to your actual health. Okay, and what else I was going to say, that basically it is for those of you that are actually in relationship, it's just amazing. I really like it, because it's the whole new determination going to come through. There's something really beautiful going to happen. It is just going to give you a certain initiative. There is a certain initiative that is going to happen, that is going to manifest, and that initiative is just going to give you strength to both of you, force, activity, and power. And also your partner is going to have a very, very good stage that is about to unfold in their life. Very, very good stage, very important stage. And that important stage that your partner is going to have, it is of course going to reflect on both of you, but this is just going to be absolutely amazing. And also, it is just deep emotional feeling that you are going to have. Perhaps you didn't have time to have a Vavoom together or something like that, for a while or something, or like maybe you just drifted apart a little bit, but there is a deep emotional feeling that you're going to have with your partner this week. Okay, and those of you that are actually single, you think no, there is someone gonna, for those of you that are single, you're gonna have a little bit of a B moment is like bzzz, which means that there is someone going to appear, someone is going to reappear, but that person is just not going to be the right person. It's almost like somebody's miniature spiritual journey that you are meant to have with. It's so funny, seriously. Somebody's miniature, somebody with who you are meant to share miniature spiritual journey, because somebody's just meant to appear in order only for you to see them, and in order only for you to fancy them for a little while, for just a little short moment, and then very quickly you will see them, you will fancy them, you will like them, you will want them, and then quickly you will realize something, you will not want them, and then quickly you will realize that while you will will not want them, and then there is something really important going to come out of it, really important and interesting situation. But most importantly, it is just going to be so important for your own spiritual journey, because this is the situation. I know it sounds really weird, but there is something really interesting that is going to come out of it, but you will see exactly what I mean. You need to go through this B moment. Okay, so now going on to the next sign, which is going to be, of course, Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius, my babies, this is the thing. This is so important for you, because it is all going to start with you this week feeling like a little bit strange, feeling like a little bit unusual, and this is because it is just this energy. It is just going to kind of like have an effect on you only in the first 2 days, only in the first 1 or 2. It is going to have a very, very calming effect on you, which is going to confuse you a little bit, but it doesn't really matter, because what is going to happen, the most importantly is when you feel down, when you feel tired, if you feel down, if you feel tired. I don't see you feeling down, but I do see you feeling tired every now and then. But if you feel tired, I can just basically tell you that just go for it. You are going to be very, very sharp this week. And a few times you're going to be the part of the situation where you're just going to feel like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. Don't even go there. Don't even think like that. Don't even think about that. Don't even think about that direction. Don't even think about that balance of energy, because it's just going to bring you something completely different. You are having absolutely perfect balanced force this week indeed. And this week is going to be very significant when it comes to your own personal success. But you are going to have to make a really strange decision. And the decision that you're going to need to make this week, it's going to be like, yeah, you know what? If you want to move on with your life, you need to cut certain things out of your life as well. There's something that came to an end. There's a certain situation that happened and that it was in your life for the last 12 months that you're completely unhappy with. And now this is going to be the time to move on, because if you don't move on with those things in your life that are making you feel unhappy, it's just going to make you feel you're just going to keep on making yourself being unhappy, and that's not life. You see, sometimes we have to make a difficult decisions. Sometimes we have to make a really bizarre decision. Sometimes we have to make a certain adjustments and certain readjustments that we are not too happy about, but it's all for our own highest good. It's all for our own highest good. There's a very strong sense of intuition you're going to have, and very powerful sense of confidence that you're going to have, and you will come across a really bizarre situation here, and the situation that you are going to come across is just going to kind of like really kind of make you realize that there is a little bit of manipulation going on. Somebody's going to try to manipulate you a little bit, but you will just realize this really quickly. You will be as clever as a little fox, you know, because you will be right on top of the situation, and you will be like right looking the situation from a whole different angle, from the whole most advanced possible angle that you possibly could do. So you're always going to be on top of it. This week is going to resolve in your own victory and mental clarity. And let me tell you something else, an offer, a life-changing offer. You are going to have a life-changing offer. Any offer that you have this week, just go for it, take it, because it's just going to seem really tiny, really insignificant, but it's just going to be the whole beautiful, huge, massive diamond hidden behind it. So just go for it. Any new door that are available to you, just go for it. And what else I was going to say, do you know what? Financial opportunity that you waited for a long time is coming this week, Sagittarius, my baby. Financial opportunity is coming this week, and this financial opportunity is going to be life-changing, literally, and it's also going to feel really good. It's going to feel really great, and at the same time, it's just going to bring you a wonderful feeling of adventure. And also you will feel very daring this week, very daring. If you had a lack of confidence, lack of balance, and you didn't know what to do, you felt like a little bit nervous or stressed with the certain situations in your life, you know, just use the wise energy of this week. You will be showered by the wise energy this week. Whatever you do, whatever you start, whatever you make, wherever you go, it's just going to be wise. You're just going to do the right thing. You're going to say the right thing. And it's absolute honor that you are going to have. There's a certain person that means to you a lot, that you wanted to feel this by so much. An honor that you're going to feel by that person. And that is just going to make you feel so good. That is just just going to make you feel so confident. That is just going to make you feel so optimistic indeed. The certain person in your life that means to you a lot is going to have a really important starting point as well, that is just going to reflect on you indeed. Okay, so what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Sagittarius, is the fact that you are going to have the control over the situation this week, and this is really good for you, and at the same time swift activity and change. And by the time we get to the 10th of March, it is just whole new option. It's going to become available to you that hasn't been available before. Beautiful. Okay, when it comes to like those of you that are actually the actual health. Now what I'm going to say now, basically when it comes to the actual health, the liver, your liver is going to be the sensitive area, sensitive liver. My babies, you know what I always recommend for liver, try to stay away like from alcohol, of course, if you're drinking, you know, like, for example, and try to eat as healthy as you can. Try to drink water only, and also milk thistle is fantastic supplement for the actual liver and kidneys as well, but liver especially, milk thistle, and it's absolutely brilliant for liver detoxification, for the liver detox, because I think that this is going to be really important for you to do, especially when your liver is quite sensitive. If you do this, you take this for a while and then you stop. You don't take it all the time, you just take it for a while you're doing your liver detox. But also if you have any other medications, like if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, please talk to your doctor or your GP. Only they can actually tell you whether you can take this. On another hand, for your liver, what I highly suggest is to take like smoothies, not only for this week but throughout the month, for the next couple of months. Try to drink lots of smoothies, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, goji berries, any berries, strawberries, any berries. They're highly rich in vitamins and antioxidants like vitamin A, C and E, and highly rich in all the beautiful vitamins and power that will actually going to rejuvenate your liver. It has got a wonderful effect on liver when you drink smoothies like this. And if you make your own organic smoothies like that with berries, all the possible berries, and have this the very first thing in the morning, it's going to help you rejuvenate your liver like there is no tomorrow. So beautiful filter for your liver. Okay, so basically when it comes to those of you that are actually in relationship, my Sagittarius babies, those of you that are in relationship, your partner is gonna be going through a little bit of stressful situation. Please try to like take care of them, try to surprise them, try to break this energy again by actually taking them somewhere different. Try to take them somewhere for a little treat, or buy them something, or get them something that they wanted for a really long time, just to break this energy. It's going to be really important because they are going to cause something a little bit stressful. And also for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, it's very important realization that you're going to need to have here. Forgive and forget. I know I've seen this before, and I'm sorry, and I know it's easy for me to say forgive and forget, but this is so important because the karmic situation is just going to become Vavoom powerful, important here. So you're going to need to let someone go. You seem to have like a little bit of negative feelings and negative emotion attached to somebody who you might have been with, or you were like kind of somebody from the past. So it's just going to be so important for you in order for you to move on, and in order for your spiritual journey to evolve to a new level, to forgive and forget to that person, and then this is that you're going to allow someone else to come through. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, of course, is going to be Capricorn. Now Capricorn, it is going to start with you feeling like a little bit like a nervous, and it's going to start with you feeling a little bit unhappy with somebody because somebody around you is just not going to work anymore. Somebody around you is not going to make you feel good anymore. Somebody around you is just going to make you feel really negative, and it's also going to, at the same time, it's just you're not going to like this person to be part of your dimension, and it's just somebody who is not really nice, and somebody who's like a kind of almost like a very tricky person, have got a very negative energy, and it's also like kind of enslaving people. Like not enslaving people literally, but somebody who's just lacking a little bit of compassion, somebody who's lacking a little bit of balance, somebody who's lacking certain energy that makes them being really nice, somebody who's just having a really bad energy. Sorry, but this is going to be good for you. I will explain. This situation is just going to be really good for you. The bottom line is that it is just for you. You will be, no, that's enough now. This is going to be the time when I will literally literally move on. This is going to be the time when I'm literally going to kind of open my eyes towards the new direction, open my eyes towards the new energy, open my eyes towards the new dimension. And this is just going to be so important because the new dimension is just right behind this situation. And this is why my saying, you know, I started this, but this is actually going to be really good because this is going to be your spirituality, your spirit guides, and your universe is trying to let you know that there's a very big change about to happen. There's a very big stage about to happen. But before that happens, you're going to need to deal with this situation first. A swift change that is going to be absolutely mind-blowing indeed. Very good news about the money, very good news about the finances, very good news about your personal career and things like that. But also at the same time, a little difficulty is going to arise as well. And this particular difficulty that is going to arise is just going to make you realize that you're going to have to batter up some person. Batter up means that there's a hidden enemy that you're going to have to deal with in such a way when you're going to have to batter them up. When I say batter them up, this is what people in England say, I think, or I've just made that up, but it's just basically just be nice to them, be friendly to them, be loving to them, because this person, the only answer to negativity, the only answer to badness, the only answer to sadness, the only answer to evil people like this or horrible people is to give love, love, love. So this is going to be the answer, and this is going to be how you're going to respond to this person. This is exactly what is just going to be the absolutely and a wonderful, wonderful situation that is going to arise from this. And also this in itself is just going to make you feel even more active and even more determined as well. Also, let me tell you something, there is a really perfect influence coming through. Perfect influence. I'm not saying that we should be like other people, but sometimes, you know, there is a perfect influence that comes from certain people. So just see who this person is, see who this influence is, because this is going to have a really wonderful, wonderful, beautiful influence and impact on your life. And I will tell you, this week is going to be your own spiritual awakening. This week is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. This week is just going to be the week that when everything is literally going to change. It is not going to seem that big, that huge, but most certainly it is the optimism and the ideas that you are going to have. It is just going to make you feel so happy, and you're going to just kind of like start thinking about things, have a big smile on your face when you wouldn't even do that before, only because you are that one step closer. Okay, so now basically for those of you that are actually wondering what is the health going to be like now, it is going to be the sinuses. Now sinuses are going to be like a sensitive area, and your head is going to be a sensitive area. Okay, so this is going to be so important for you to also make sure that you're taking nice vitamins like A, C and E. If you can take like antioxidants that are also going to be very important for you, and they're going to help you like with like a cold and flu symptoms. But it's always, I'm going to recommend that what I always recommend is like a little bit of combination of aloe vera juice. It's absolutely wonderful. Aloe vera juice, natural, organic. If you can get, you see, aloe vera juice. And also what else I was going to recommend, what I always recommend is like echinacea. I'm sorry, I absolutely adore this herb. I love this herb, echinacea. And echinacea is one of the best herbs. It's probably not the most powerful herb when it comes to the actual boosting immune system by increasing the white cells count in the body. You take it every now and then indeed. You take it for 5 or 6 weeks, then you have a little break, then you take it again. But not all the time, just when you really need it. If you are on any other medications, please do your check with your doctor or check with your GP. Also if you're pregnant and if you're breastfeeding. Okay, what else I was going to say, it's like for those of you that are actually in relationship, you need to be a little bit careful, because there is the partner, there's something that your partner, something is not maybe quite right. Please don't get me wrong, but there is some kind of like a something that is not quite right with your partner. Please try to see what is going on. I think it's like someone is trying to someone is like not being really honest with them. There you go. Someone is not being honest with your partner. And I tell you now, for you is to work out who is this and why they're not being honest with your partner and what is going on in your partner's life. Okay? Now, for those of you that are actually single, there is an interesting person going to come through forward and become available to you, but you're not going to be too sure, because it's not somebody who you normally fancy. So you like them, you will like their personality, you will like their temperament, but you will not probably find them too sexy or too attractive when it comes to the way they look. It's nothing that they look weird or something like that, but it's just not going to be somebody who you would normally go for. But there is a very, very interesting realization that you're going to have through this situation. You will see what I mean. It's not going to happen straight away. It's going to happen later on. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is, of course, going to be Aquarius. Aquarius. Now, my babies, it is all about your own success. It is all about your own power. It's a very strong energy from the last week to this week, Aquarius, my babies, because I remember this. There's a good news that you are going to have, good realization that you are going to have. There's a certain responsibility that is going to fall on you. There's the to become a part of. There's a certain responsibility that is going to be very huge, very massive, very absolutely gigantic when it comes to your life. But you have to realize something. You have to make a certain change, and you have to step back from the situation. Look at the whole life from a whole different angle. There's so much going on that you're not realizing. No, don't get me wrong, but there is just so much more going on that you're not realizing, that you're about to realize. There is a very, very important stage about to happen to you, Aquarius. There's a very important stage about to unveil, unhappen. There's a very important stage about to happen to you, and this is going to require from you being very mature. This is going to be required from you to be very smart. This is going to be required from you to be very clever. Step back from the situation, be very smart, be very sharp, because there's a huge, massive, gigantic opportunity gonna come through. And it is not just an opportunity that is gonna come through, it is just something that you are going to become a part of. This is going to be brilliant for you. This is going to be life-changing for you. But I need you to understand, and I need you to realize that this is already happening. There are things already happening. There are things already changing. And this is going to be big. This is going to be huge. And this is so much to do with your own destiny. This is so much to do with your own wheel of fortune. And it's so much to do with you being mature and you realizing that this is actually going to be absolutely huge indeed. There is an obstacle that you are going to need to cross. There's an obstacle that is going to be connected to this. An obstacle is connected to this. It's connected to the certain situation you need to change, and it's connected to the certain person who's been a little bit naughty. Okay, sometimes people are a little bit naughty, you know. Sometimes people do things in life that are just, I can't understand, you know, because I'm so spiritual. I'm like all like karma. But some people are having, sadly, these spiritual journeys when they do things, and they do things that are horrible. They do things that are not nice to other people. They do things that are like just really naughty, and I just couldn't do this. I would rather, I don't know. It's just like, basically, it's just a certain situation, certain person you're going to need to realize that you're going to find out something about, but you will not want to deal with that person straight away then and there. You will want to like kind of like be very, very clever, be a little fox. You're going to need to be like a little kitty like that one, you see, or that one. Or you're going to need to become like a little fox, which means that you're going to need to be smart, and just don't blow away, or don't get stressed, or just be really, really smart and see how much you can get out of this situation, see how much you can absorb, see how much you can soak in before you say something, before you say anything. However, this week is going to be huge. When it comes to your own actually professionality, when it comes to your work, there's a good news that you are going to have about your finances, and something is going to become available to you, but also you will want to do something naughty, you will want to do something silly, you will want to do something to reward yourself, you will want to do something like to kind of reconnect with a certain people in your life, with a certain person in your life, and also you will feel very strongly emotionally to reconnect with the right person, right people in your life, people who mean so much to you. You see, you will emotionally want to reconnect. May not feel necessarily that you will reconnect this week, but this week you're going to feel very strong feeling to actually do this. But this is really important, because there is an important message that is waiting for you from somebody who means to you so much, and that particular message is just going to directly help you with a certain weakness that you actually have. And also, when it comes to your own practicality and security, be very smart. Just remember, it is good, it is brilliant. So much is going to be available. It's going to be available to you later on, but this is the time when you're going to need to be really, really mature and play smart like you always do, my babies. Okay. What else I was going to say? It is going to be the week of your own personal awakening, and you will see exactly what I mean. Now it's time to play. Okay, so now when it comes to your actual health, my babies, it's like to do with your kidneys and skin. Now the kidneys and skin, it is just going to be the same thing what I said about the milk thistle. It's absolutely brilliant. Milk thistle to take for your kidneys and liver. Okay, absolutely brilliant for detoxification and detox. And you take it for a little while, take it for 5 or 6 weeks, then you take a little break, and you take it only when you need. And also kidneys, please remember berries, raspberries, blueberries, goji berries, strawberries, blackberries, all these berries are highly nutritious, and they're highly rich in vitamins A, C, and E, and that in itself is absolutely brilliant, and it works like a brilliant detox and a brilliant filter when it comes to your liver and when it comes to your kidneys. Please try to have these smoothies, organic smoothies, make them your own throughout the month, for the whole month, so the very first thing in the morning. This is what I highly suggest, my babies. Okay, and also when it comes to those of you in relationship, your partner is again gonna come up with an idea this week, and that idea is gonna seem like a little bit weird, a little bit bizarre, but it's going to be really good, and you're both going to kind of benefit from it. And also your partner is just, there's going to be the realization that you're going to have about your partner, and it's just going to reveal a certain side to them that you didn't know that they had before. Live and learn. Okay, so now basically when it comes to those of you that are actually single, it's like no baby, no baby, no. When it comes to those of you that are single, there is a person that is going to come in the form of a little angel, but then again there's too much darkness about them, too much darkness around them, and there is something very ingenuine around them, so please be careful. Like when it comes to those of you that are single, please, it's just when I say be careful, like, I mean, you can kiss this person, you can make a love to this person if you want, you can one night stand, it's all up to you, it's up to you, but I just don't like this person because there is some hidden side to them, and it's just somebody who's very dishonest. Okay, so I'm just kind of warning you to stay away from this person because it's quite ingenuine indeed. Okay, so now the next sign I'm going to be talking about is of course going to be Pisces. Now Pisces, my babies, it is just like I don't know what are you going to worry about, and I don't know what you worry about. Don't worry and don't make yourself like blocked. You're also very powerful. You're also very deep. You're Pisces, you swim deep, you go all around the place, you visit places, you're like a diving all the time. You're very emotional, you're very deep. So this is why this energy is very sacred. Because what you do is like you focus on this energy, you're using this energy in the right balance. When you're like focusing on a certain obstacles, on a certain stages in your life, you can use this deepness like to advance things further. But the problem is like if you're like a negative, if you feel low, if you feel down, then this energy can also kind of like become even more like not work against you, but everything is like even more heavier. So this is why it's so important to think about the balance. Very important to smudge your home. Smudge your home. Very important. I can't have it here. I can't see it here. Sorry. Very important to smudge your home. Take dry sage. Please. So important. Whether you maybe are just renting a room. Somebody asked me the other day, can I smudge my place if I just rent a room? Indeed. Yeah, you smudge your room, But it's basically ideal. It's like to take a dry sage, to just basically, and then light it and then chant a little bit, say a little affirmation, say what would you like to achieve. You don't have to, but I say it because it helps with the energy, certain words. You have a candle in one hand, have a little dry sage in the other hand. First have all the windows closed, then light the dry sage, then walk into every single room into the house, make sure it's smoke, and every single room, one hand you've got a candle, in another hand you've got like a dry sage, and just make sure it's smoke everywhere. As more you smoke, the better it's going to be. As more you smoke, the powerful it's going to be. The more smoke you have, the more cleansing you're going to do. Indeed. So by the time when you finish with your cleansing, open up every single window in the house and just watch that horrible dark smell, that horrible dark smoke that goes away at the same time the negative spirits go away, the negative entities go away at the same time. You just cleansed your home really beautifully. This is something I want you to do. This is something I need you to do because it's going to help you out to clean your energy. This is going to be the perfect time for it, but also by the time all this energy goes away, there's a very interesting realization that you're going to have. On that particular day, when you do a cleansing, you're going to feel like a little bit like strange, a little bit weak. But then the next day, it's going to be very interesting because there is something very important going to come to you. There's going to be something very important that's going to come through. So it's not only about spiritual cleansing, but it's also about like kind of like an energetic cleansing, you know, dimensional cleansing, where at the same time you're like kind of like making your path available, making your own path illuminated towards the different dimension. But you need to do a little bit of cleansing first, indeed. What else I was going to say, what you're going to realize, there's an important realization that you're going to have, and this is so good because this is going to be your own stepping stone. This is going to be your own trampoline. That realization is just going to make you realize that you've got it all. You've got it all, baby! You've got it all! That this is connected to the big stage, this is connected to the next stage, and this is connected to the like big changes that you wanted to do. But you just weren't too sure, Now this is your time indeed, because there is an interesting realization that you're going to have. Immediately after that, you're actually going to have a challenge to face with, challenge, and you're going to just kind of be like, oh my God, no, I'm going to do an obstacle, but you're going to be absolutely fine. And also I have to tell you that there is a power that you're going to have, there is a power that you're going to feel, and also you're going to feel really great, because this is going to be followed by the good news, indeed, by the good news, and there's certain situations when it comes to this, you know, some time ago, some while back, you know, it caused you like a little bit of lack of motivation because this just didn't change, you didn't know what to do. But now it's just this force that you're going to have, and this beautiful challenge that you're going to have, and it's going to bring you the whole new inspiration and potential. This is absolutely brilliant, because this is going to resolve in you having your own vision. This vision that you're going to have, it's going to happen out of the blue, and it's going to happen in a way where you're going to be somewhere part of the situation, strange situation, with surrounded by the strange people, but then again, you're just going to kind of feel very, very closely connected to the certain particular word in your mind, and that particular word is just going to become your own preservance and your own vision, and it's going to be amazing. And December 2019, it's going to be the actual continuation of this. This is just the beginning, indeed, but it's also at the same time, it's telling you it's perfect week for negotiations, perfect week to start something new, start something big, perfect week to buy something big, buy something new, and to try new things as well, because you're going to be showered with this wonderful, amazing energy. But then at the same time, there's the whole new hope going to come through, the whole new prospect is going to come through, the whole new learning experience that you're going to start feeling very, very closely connected to. Okay, what else I was going to say is that when it comes to the actual finances, and there is a certain amount of money, like inheritance, that is going to come through, inheritance that is going to come forward, that you're going to hear about. And if you haven't got anybody to give it inheritance or leave you inheritance, you're also going to end up with a certain amount of money that you didn't even think that it was like kind of there. Okay, so this is actually going to be really, really good indeed, because it is just going to kind of course, an extra amount of money that we didn't know that it's there, that we always find out about. It's always good indeed. But also, this is just going to kind of really be good for you this week. It's all about your own transformation, and you really will want to clear away the old and let the room for the new. Clear away the old and let the room for the new. Clear away the old and let the room for the new. This is so important, because at the same time, you're tempering your energy, you're helping up your power, you're helping up to yourself a lot, but at the same time, you're allowing so much more to come through. You're becoming at the same time the part of the whole new dimension, and that new dimension is just going to bring you the whole new confidence, power, and it's going to be absolutely brilliant. You are going to make a decision that is just going to make you, oh God, I don't know, I'm not too sure about it, but this is just going to be a very important time for you indeed. Okay, when it comes to those of you that are actually wondering about your health and things like that, digestion, sensitive digestion, my beautiful Pisces, that you're going to have. And please just remember, it's your stomach that you're going to be very sensitive. It is not only going to be like this week, but throughout the month, actually, your stomach is going to be like a little bit sensitive when it comes to your digestion. This chamomile, organic chamomile tea. Please, Pisces, organic chamomile tea. People don't realize chamomile tea is not just a chamomile tea. Chamomile tea is super powerful. Chamomile tea is super healthy. You could use it for so many different things. You can even wash your face with it. Chamomile tea is super powerful. I highly suggest you to use a chamomile tea, Pisces, okay, throughout this week, but throughout the months as well, because it's good for your digestion, okay, indeed, good for your stomach, but also probiotics, natural probiotics are also absolutely brilliant when it comes to like your stomach digestion, because you boost your friendly bacteria, indeed, and friendly bacteria is basically essential, and it's just so good indeed when it comes to our digestion. So this is something that I think that you should actually get. And also when it comes to those of you in relationship, your partner is something is going to happen to them, and they will want to celebrate something full on. They will want to have something very special. It's going to happen to them, and they will want to celebrate it in a way like they want to have their own ritual. This is going to be really good, and also most certainly it is just going to be like a good for both of you, because it's a certain problem at the same time it's also going to come to an end, so which means that you're both going to benefit from this situation, and your partner is also going to be having a really good news about a certain person in their life that they were worrying about, okay, and that reflected on them, that helped them, that kind of stopped them or prevented them to like enjoy themselves completely. Maybe they didn't show it, but I think that your partner was worrying about someone or something, and that kind of helped them to kind of like enjoy themselves. So this is going to be good development of that particular situation. And also when it comes to those of you that are single, you see it is just like an idea that you're going to meet someone really interesting, you're going to meet someone really special, but it is not about finding someone, it is not about meeting someone, it is not about falling in love, but it's that person is going to tell you something. That person is someone who is very quick, very sharp, very clever, very interesting, but that person is going to tell you something, and that what that person tells you is just going to be like a very significant for you later on, but it's also going to kind of have a the direct reflection on what you think about yourself, what you think about your love life, what you think about your lovers, if you had any so far, and things like that. There is something going to happen in this moment in time, because this person is not only sharp and clever, but this person has got ridiculously enhanced and ridiculously powerful third psychic eye. So there is a very wise situation that is going to happen here. A very wise situation is going to develop here through this person, because then there's an advice that you will kind of gain out of it that is going to be absolutely life-changing. Okay, my beautiful, gorgeous people, I love you all to bits. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. And also, I would like to send you brightest blessings, love, healing, and light to all of you. Okay, my beautiful people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you.